Loram, the reigning Masters champion, number 1, making his way through. He's being followed by Carr, number 22. Then comes Thierry Hilaire. Now onto the Sidecars.
Well, I think you can take a breath, Steve. You're going to need that, but you might notice there's 1 or 2 solos creeping through in the middle of these Sidecars. The first of the Sidecars from Kent, of course, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones, followed by our Masters champion, Richard Piggott and Martin Bailey. Craig Cheatham and Gary Lane follow them through. There you go.
Number 74 and number 215 is Steve Wilson.
Indeed, there's a man that's been doing an awful lot of work, Alun and John Blewitt. Martin Bailey and Shane Cann, they follow them through. They're riding number 9 this afternoon. Len and Ray Foreman have been turning their hands to Speedway last year, but now they're concentrating on the Grasstrack. It's a very colourful rustling. I don't know what's happened to Paul Urich. He's decided not to come out. Obviously a little bit vain this afternoon. A crowd that will always try and put me off. Paul Randall, of course, on the back of Neville Penfold. In front of them, Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. And which bike is he going to ride? We wait and see. Oh, he reckons he's going to ride that one. Thank you very much, Steve. That's, of course, Gary Moon and Steve Robbins. And Rob Cameron, number 1 and first fit. Well, a new passenger for John Hiscock. That, of course, is Tony Bemister. You can see him. The leathers did fit as well. That's John Hiscock and Tony Bemister. I've said enough about Mark Wells. And, of course, passenger there now on riding number 71. That, of course, is Gary Jackson going through. Kevin Williams I can just about see in the chair. And I've missed, obviously, Steve Jewison and
Kinchin just going through, number 8, sorry.
Oh, that's great. You cut in, Steve. I think it's going to be a hard enough job. All that lovely marshals there, don't they encourage them? Keep looking at you, smiling at you, putting you off. We're ignoring you guys.
None of them can believe that Mike Berry's only 45, which is what he's claiming. And there's quite a detail about it, as you can see just here.
Did he get those numbers the right way round, Steve? 45 you said, didn't you? Oh, Tim Bennett there, of course, number 12, that fantastic starter. Jerry Adams goes through. Roger Measor with new passenger. Well, I think it's Shane Lapham, but there's 1 or 2 to choose from on that outfit as they go by us. A tremendous lineup for the British Masters 1992. I can see that Sir John's, and I think in a very few moments the marshals are going to be getting into position. They're not too quick on their feet, these marshals these days, but I'm not going to get myself into too much trouble with them. I'm concerned at the moment because I can see Ivan Matthews coming across here to talk to me. I do hope that he hasn't got problems. So we will wait to find out in a few moments, but if you're on the far side, the riders, of course, are still coming by you. Please show your appreciation. It really is a bit of a lottery on who's going to do well here this afternoon. Remember, it's 4-point scoring rides. So very important. Overall, there's 8-point scoring rides, and then at the final round, we've got that big finale. But of course, it's very important to go through to that second round with a good score here today. Same thing, of course, in the sidecars. We had a lot of riders that fought very hard to get through in the qualifier. Even some discussions about some riders that didn't actually make it to the qualifier that felt they should have done, or felt they should be out in the Masters. Well, you might have recognised the letters. There's no numbers on the bike as yet. They'll be doing that in a very few moments, but I can confirm to you that that is Ivan Matthews and Mike Dowes. Ivan Matthews and Mike Dowes, it is in the green leathers on Roger Measor's old bike. Sounds dreadful, doesn't it, say it's an old bike? Look at the speed that it's going around there. Well, it'll be a question of whether Ivan Matthews can get used to it very quickly. We hope it's not going to damage his chances here today, because he does need to score well and ride his own outfit again in the second round. Number 14, well, that's Paul Penfold and Peter Jones. They've come out on their Speedway style bike. Gary Moon has decided that he's going to ride his Speedway style outfit, so that one with a very distinctive green fairing is the bike you're going to see riding. A little bit of information I've just been given about the bike that Paul Penfold is riding. Many thanks to the family that are so very much involved down in the Kent area.
Here we go then with the, so that's a sight worth seeing, isn't it, Jim? Head on the left-hand side, yes, goodness me. We shall not probably toy on that for too long, I think, as the riders then beginning now to come out then for this. Heat 1, race 1, the old hearts are pounding there. And we've got number 1, Mark Loram, the reigning champion there. Number 9, Andy Smith. 11 is Marlon Cox. 22 is Peter Carr. Paul Fry not there. You saw Paul Fry pull on to the centre with some bike trouble. He is not there. 74 is Duncan Tolhurst, 135 Jonathan Sims, and 171 is Colin White. This is on 2 minutes. Paul Fry, number 55, being given 2 minutes to get the bike underway and down to the start, so that's the delay. We've got the binoculars trained on the entrance gate there. At the moment, no sign of Paul. Well, Paul Fry's now got his helmet and his gloves on. But in fact, you can probably see Paul Friend there in the black leathers, but at the moment Paul Fry's still being given the opportunity. And he's got his helmet and his gloves on. Some frantic work going on up there. There's Marlon Cox, number 11, just going around. All the riders looking round. There's 135, Jonathan Sims, just making his way round. So Paul Fry looks to have made it. And Paul Friend obviously wondering what's going on, because he had obviously come down there, but it is Paul Fry who will be taking his place then in heat number 1. Number 55 is Paul. And the bike's rowing, and any moment now the tape will rise, and it does so. And let's see who's... And there's a dog run onto the track short, a red flag. Red flag showing a dog there getting onto the track, and how some of the riders managed to avoid it, I really don't know. Some exceptional work there done by 1 or 2 riders to avoid the dog. Red flag is out. Well, obviously the dog, please, if you do have any pets, then please do keep them on a lead. It's obviously a very, very dangerous thing for all concerned, very frightening for the pets, and obviously very dangerous for the riders. Fortunately, no harm done there to either animal or riders, but we obviously need to get that dog secured. But please, if you do have any pets, make sure that they are, very secure. So we're going to have a second start then here. Reminder of the lineup: number 1 Mark Loram, 9 Andy Smith, 11 Marvyn Cox, 22 Peter Carr, 55 Paul Fry, 74 Duncan Tolhurst, 135 Jonathan Sims, 171 is Colin White. Here we go then, second time of asking, who's going to make the break? Oh, lots of wheels being ridden here, and it's Mark Loram who's going to get there first. Mark Loram, number 1, the reigning champion, gets to the Andy Smith there, number 9 in second. Marvyn Cox is in third. On the inside of Andy Smith, and that's where the battle is at the moment. Mark Loram leads it then, number 1 as he comes round. Andy Smith there in second. Marvyn Cox is in third. Paul Fry is in fourth. Then comes Peter Carr, I think, was up there. Mark Loram is away. Andy Smith second. Marvyn Cox there in third. Paul Fry is in fourth. And those 4 beginning to pull away. Still Mark Loram leads. Andy Smith, Marvyn Cox, Paul Fry. Then comes Peter Carr. Then Colin White. Then Duncan Tolhurst. And Jonathan Sims. But Mark Loram, who is making the best possible start in the defensive battle. And what a healthy lead it is. He's opening up as he comes round now to start his last lap. Andy Smith is there in second. Marvyn Cox is third. Paul Fry is fourth. But look at Mark Loram go, and what a lead that is that he's opened up here in heat number 1. Comes round now to take the second lap. He's going to be well pleased with that. He raises the wheel. Mark Loram takes the first lead. Andy Smith is second. Marvyn Cox third. Paul Fry is fourth. Then comes Peter Carr in fifth. Then it's Colin White. And a battle going on here. And who's going to get finishing order in just a moment after the lap scorers give it to me. The result then of Heat 1, Race 1. It was won by number 1, Mark Loram, in a winning time of 1:22.70. Second was number 9, Andy Smith. Third, number 11, Marlon Cox. Fourth was number 55. Fifth, number 22. Sixth, number 171. Seventh, number 74. And eighth, number 135. The result in number order: 1, 9, 11, 55, 22, 171, 74 and 135. That winning time again, 1:22.70. We understand that the dog in fact belonged to Andrew Downey, and it has now been secured. And Andrew would like to thank all the riders in that opening heat who obviously managed to avoid the dog there. So well done to all concerned, and Andrew now does have the dog secure. What an unfortunate thing there. Riders for heat number 2. Number 6 is Jeremy Doncaster. Number 5, Trevor Banks. 13 is Rob Fortune. 14, Ricky Sandford. 46 is Will James. 71, Gary Lobb. We then have the programme change. Number 18, Phil Ashcroft, takes the place of Stuart Williams, as he will do throughout the afternoon. And number 244 is Ben Howe. So all riders present and correct down there on the start line. But certainly opening ride there, my goodness me, that looks impressive. As we're underway now then in heat number 2. And it's Jeremy Doncaster who's going to hit the front. Jeremy Doncaster. Will James is well up there. They've got a fall. Somebody down there. Gary Lobb is slid to the ground, but everybody's avoided him, and they seem to be all right. Able to get up there. It's Jeremy Doncaster. Makes his way home now then, leading number 2. Right up with him there. Will James on the inside. Then we've got Trevor Banks well up there. Trevor Banks number 5. Plenty of cut flaps here. The second place is Jeremy Doncaster still leading. Then we've got Rob Fortune in second. Will James is third. Then comes Trevor Banks. Then following him is Phil Ashcroft. Jeremy Doncaster still leading. Rob Fortune is right in. But Rob in trouble. Rob drops it down on the bend, drops down, and Will James comes through into second. So Jeremy Doncaster now in front. Will James is second. Then comes Trevor Banks in third. Up into fourth, there goes Phil Ashcroft. And we've got the red flag out. Red flag out with the fallen Rob Fortune down there getting tangled up with his machine. Rob Fortune there able to get up again, but he got tangled up with his bike and unable to move him in time. But we shall just await the official verdict, and then I'll pass that on to you. Once 3 laps had been completed, in fact the result will stand at the order that the red flag went out. So the result of heat number 2 was a win for number 6, Jeremy Doncaster. There is of course no winning time. Second was number 46, Will James, and third, number 5, Trevor Banks. Fourth was number 18, fifth, number 14, sixth, number 244, and seventh, number 71. The result in number order: 6, 46, 5, 18, 14, 244 and 71. No winning time for race 2. As the riders come out for race 3, and they will be number 4, Peter Lloyd, number 10, Tony Atkin, number 15, Alun Rossiter, number 17, Joe Screen, 29 is Paul Mitchell, 31, Graham Jones, 172 is Colin Earl, and 215 is Steve Wilson. Those are the riders then for heat number 3. So Mark Loram and Jeremy Doncaster with a win apiece under their belts. Second place is so far then for Andy Smith and Will James, and thirds for Marvyn Cox and Trevor Banks. So those riders, I'm sure, will all be relatively pleased with their opening performances. So heat 3, race 3. Start marshal, just bringing everybody up to the tape. And we're away. And let's see who gets the start here. It's Graham Jones. My goodness me, jet propellers. Joe Screen's on the outside, Graham Jones on the inside. And it's Joe Screen who gets around the outside of Graham Jones. Second. Those are 1 and 2 at the moment then. Joe Screen from Graham Jones. Then comes Peter Lloyd in third, and he's followed by Tony Atkin. And then comes Paul Mitchell, and then Alun Rossiter. But Joe Screen. A fairly healthy lead ahead of Graham Jones, who in turn has got fairly good yardage over Peter Lloyd. And then comes Tony Atkin. Those are the first 4 at the moment. So look at Joe Screen going absolutely flying. Coming in round the turn. One last lap. Joe Screen comes across the line, raises the wheel. He's off again. There comes Graham Jones. Then Peter Lloyd. Then Tony Atkin. Then Alun Rossiter is through in the 5th, ahead of Paul Mitchell. Then comes Colin, Earl and Steve Wilson. Looks very much indeed, firing on safety, looks over his shoulder. Joe Screen, 3, good win for Joe. Then comes Graham Jones, he'll be well pleased with that second, I'm sure. Peter Lloyd is third. Then comes Tony Atkin, and we're right on the line here. It looked just to me as if Colin Earl got in ahead of Alun Rossiter. We shall have to wait for the official verdict. The result then of heat 3, race 3, it was a win for number 17, Joe Screen, in a winning time of 1:24.77. Second was number 31, Graham Jones, and third, number 4, Peter Lloyd. Fourth was number 10, fifth, number 172, sixth, number 15, and seventh, number 29, eighth was number 215. The result in number order, 17, 31, 4, 10, 172, 15, 29 and 215. The winning time 1:24.77. Riders coming out for heat number 4, and we've got number 3 Steve Schofield, 7 Clayton Williams, 8 Vince Kinchin, 12 Richard Mussen, 16 is Dean Garton, 69 Thierry Hilaire, 72 Kevin Teager, and 86 is Paul Hurry. Jeff giving me his glasses to help me read the figures. So hopefully we'll be okay here as the start marshal brings them up to the line and we're away. Fairly smooth start. I can see Steve Schofield lifts the wheel there. He's number 3 Steve Schofield's going to get to the first turn first, and Paul Hurry is hot on his heels there, number 86. And round the outside is Clayton Williams. Clayton Williams just getting through there in the second. Leading the way, Thierry Hilaire there. Thierry Hilaire in third, Steve Schofield leads it. Clayton Williams is out one, Thierry Hilaire's on the inside. Who's going to get through into the second? Thierry just settled it through, he's on the inside. Clayton Williams is on the outside, he's still just in second. There's a gap as well for third and fourth. Steve Schofield still leads it. In second is Clayton Williams, then comes Thierry Hilaire. Then it is 86 Paul Hurry, followed by Vince Kinchin. Plenty of good action here in heat 4, although Steve Schofield has opened up a fairly commanding lead here. Really hotting up the second, third and fourth. Not much to choose between them, and Steve Schofield starts his last lap. Clayton Williams is still in second. Thierry Hilaire's there, but he's now under pressure from Paul Hurry. Paul Hurry trying to get through on the inside. Not quite able to do it. Vince Kinchin is there in fifth. We're on the last lap then. And Steve Schofield's going to take the checkered flag to win. Number 4 to the horns as they go round. Then we've got Clayton Williams, and what a good run on the line. Oh, Thierry Hilaire, just I think from Paul Hurry with Vince Kinchin in fifth. Then came Richard Mussen, then Dean Garton, and there goes Kevin Teager. The result then of Heat 4, Race 4 sees a win for number 3, Steve Schofield, in a winning time of 1:23.41. Second was number 7, Clayton Williams, and third, right on the line there, 69, managed to hold on, Thierry Hilaire. Fourth was number 86, fifth number 8, sixth number 12, 7th number 16, and 8th number 72. The result in number order: 3, 7, 69, 86, 8, 12, 16 and 72, with a winning time of 1:23.41. I can tell you that the fastest time, although of course we didn't get a time in race 2, is currently set by Mark Loram in heat number 1, which was 1:22.70. And after the first set of heats then in the solos, we've had wins for Mark Loram, Jeremy Doncaster, Joe Screen and Steve Schofield. Second places for Andy Smith, Will James, Graham Jones and Clayton Williams, and third places for Marvyn Cox, Trevor Banks, Peter Lloyd and Thierry Hilaire. So the solos will get their breaths back, as indeed will I, as we now come on to the first leg of the 1000cc sidecars, and I hand you over to Jim Head.
Well, thanks Steve. We knew that the 1992 Masters was going to be hard and fast and good, and indeed it started exactly that way. A few hiccups obviously in that first race, but the riders got themselves quickly settled down, showing the professionalism that all of them carry. And I'm pleased to say that from the supporters' point of view, we've got wins already for the reigning Masters champion Loram. Joe Screen, who's always popular with the crowds, of course, has got a win to start his campaign. Stevie Schofield, well, there's a lot of people out there hoping that he'll do it this year. He's got a win, and not taking away from Jeremy Doncaster, who we have seen, I'm pleased to say, on the grass quite a lot this year. I'm obviously going to concentrate on the 1000cc sidecars, and what a tremendous competition we've got here this afternoon. A lot of the best in the country. Steve Jewison, he goes in Heat 1, Race 5 in your programme. Gary Moon comes to the line, as you can all now see, as he's getting ready for that start on his Speedway style outfit. They've managed to put a little bit of spring in the back end, but it's not quite a rigid frame, but it's a very hard machine to ride in conditions like this. So a lot of hard work for Gary Moon. He of course won the qualifier down at Tunbridge with some very spectacular riding. He loves that circuit down there. A lot of people hoping he'll do well in the Masters. He's taken a bit of a gamble getting himself a British licence, but we hope it pays off. Joining the line as well, number 92 in those new very distinctive leathers, our reigning Masters champion. That of course is Richard Piggott and Martin Bailey. So a new passenger for Steve Jewison as they come to the line. We watch to see what a tremendous lineup for the very first of the sidecar races this afternoon. Oh, they come to line, the tapes go, and as we get underway you can see it's all very even on that backside. Richard Piggott has made a good one. Steve Jewison has gone with him, and it's Steve Jewison that gets to that corner first. So Dewey with a great start of the day gets into that first corner. Keith Wallen has problems for Steve Jewison on that top corner. That's caused a lot of problems for Richard Piggott, but he's managed to get through on the inside. So Gary Jackson it is that gets to the front. What a great showing that is for Steve Jewison, all the problems he's had this week, and indeed getting a passenger at the last moment. He's now out with mechanical problems in his first race, but Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams, they've taken advantage of those problems in the first bend and have got themselves to the front. Oh, tremendously quick outfit that Gary Jackson rides, indeed to be enjoying this position. Gary Moon from the back of the field now starting to work his way through. He's been forced to go wide round the outside of Jerry Adams, and he's making very hard work of that at the moment. That's not an easy thing to do, to go round the outside of one of these very quick outfits. But Gary Jackson, with a great start of the day for him, comes around to past us, leading this first of the sidecar races. Richard Piggott and Martin Bailey, no answer to him at the moment. Gary Moon and Steve Robbins have got themselves now in the third place and look to go after Richard Piggott. But look at the speed of Gary Jackson. Oh, this was one name that we didn't mention too much, but he's getting faster and faster as the seasons have gone on. And this is a great start to the day for Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams as they take the first checkered flag for the sidecars. Richard Piggott picks up second place. Gary Moon with a good third spot there. Jerry Adams behind him, and Mark Wells. Great to see him in the competition, but a fifth place to start his racing day. So race 1 for the sidecars, full of incidents straight away. A win for number 23, that's Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams. In second place, number 92, Richard Piggott, Martin Bailey. Third place, outfit number 8, Gary Moon and Steve Robbins. Fourth place, number 55, that of course is Jerry Adams and Sean Pittock. Fifth place there, number 71, Mark Wells and Kevin Jarvis. No sixth finisher, the winning time 1:23.74. Well, I can see they're actually taking that outfit back, but I can't work out whether it is just a lost chain or not. I'm trying to strained the binoculars, and yes, it was a lost chain, so very, very unfortunate. But I think I will add a quick word of praise to Keith Wall. One of the reasons why you have an experienced passenger, he'd realised that there was problems on the machine. He was able to indicate quickly by throwing that arm in the air to Richard Piggott that they had problems, and I do believe that's the reason why we didn't have a major incident. Richard Piggott was able to avoid him by going just on the inside of him and getting through with no problems whatsoever. So a great start to the 1000cc Sidecar Masters for 1992. We move on to race 6 in your programme. Coming to the line, Rob Cameron and Smurf Smith. Ken Lane and Mark Edwards, they were very, very quick in practice. Martin Baker and Shane Cann still very anxious to show themselves this year. The results have not been going in their favour in the big events this year, so they'll be anxious to do well in the Masters. Paul Penfold and Peter Jones, another outfit that qualified from that Tunbridge qualifier. And they're of course coming out on that outfit that's been built in just a week by Ernie Penfold. Now they've got the machine going, the outfits are being pulled into line. Rob Wilson and Vince Jones, a lot of eyes on them from the southeastern area of the country. They really have been going very, very quickly this year, and there's a lot of hopes that major honours will go to that crew. And not missing, of course, on grid number 4, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. So two of the top favourites from the Southern Centre, Roger Measor and Ken Lane, both going in this one. We've got Rob Wilson from the southeast, Paul Penfold from up near Coventry, of course, but we get underway again. You can see it's an even break. Ken Lane has made the best of it by the look of it, but Roger Measor is right there with him. And it is indeed Measor that makes the break going into that first bend. He'll now try and slow everybody up. A very tactical rider, Roger Measor. He'll try and just anchor them up a little bit, then accelerate on the exit of the bend. Martin Baker and Shane Cann almost coming in here to help me with the commentary, but they've gone exceptionally wide and they go all the way around the outside. Are they going to go around the outside of Rob Wilson as well? That's back in 3rd and 4th place, but right at the front, exactly where he wanted to be. A lot of people's favourite, a lot of people think he's very controversial, but he's a brilliant driver nevertheless. And it's Roger Measor that leads as they come past us for the second time. Ken Lane and Mark Edwards follow them into that bottom bend in 2nd place. Rob Wilson's up there in 3rd. Paul Penfold on that new outfit to him, holding a good 4th place at the moment. Martin Baker is back into 5th spot. But he wants to go into this top bend again. Roger Measor looks to be pulling away from Ken Lane. And indeed, as I say that, Rob Wilson looks to be catching Ken Lane. Rob Wilson being forced to go very wide, but of course if you can keep the power on a wide circuit like that, it makes you very quick, particularly up that back straight. He'll try and close now as they go up that back straight. This is where you might see Rob Wilson closing, forced to go right out in the dirt. Ken Lane still holding a very, very tight line, following the back wheel of Roger Measor as they indeed cross the line exactly like that. Roger Measor takes a win first time out. Ken Lane in 2nd, Rob Wilson in 3rd, Paul Penfold 4th, Martin Bailey is in 5th. Martin Baker, of course, I've used Martin Bailey there, but Rob Cameron back in 6th place. Heat 2 then of the first ride for the sidecars. A win for number 51 in your programme, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. In 2nd place, number 7, Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. 3rd place, number 24, that of course is Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. 4th place, number 14, Paul Penfold, Peter Jones. 5th place, number 9, Martin Baker, Shane Cann. 6th place, number 1, Rob Cameron and Smurf Smith. The winning time, 123.89, 51, 7, 24, 14, 9 and 1, 123.89. Heat 3 then, we move on. It's race 7 in your programme, a chance to see for the first time and Neville Penfold and Paul Randall, the partnership that have got together this season. Paul Randall, of course, had many, many years with Mike Cameron, and while I'm talking of that subject, I'm pleased to be able to say that Mike Cameron, after that accident at the qualifier, is making exceptionally good progress. He was hoping to be here spectating this afternoon, but Rob tells me that the doctors wouldn't let him out. He was determined he was going to come, but the doctors said no, give it a few more weeks yet. So good progress, and nice to be able to report that of Mike Cameron. A chance to see the Neville Penfold in action with Paul Randall. Alun and John Blewitt been working on the machinery right to the 12th hour. Russell Ing and Paul Urich anxious to do well in the Masters. They, of course, in 1991 were in 3rd spot, and they would be hoping to do better in 1992. Craig Cheetham and Gary Lane, very, very keen competitors, and Ivor Matthews on different machinery. That's second bike of Roger Measor's. And number 184, John Hiscock, with new passenger Tony Bemister, again a very, very experienced passenger. We watch to see the brake rustling. It looks very, very quick from the inside. Gets past Alun and John Blewitt as we go into that first bend. It is the very colourful crew of Rustling and Paul Urich that make it to the front. Neville Penfold is looking to come through on the inside of Alun and John Blewitt. That's a good first corner for Neville Penfold. He cuts off the racing line of Alun and John Blewitt and makes it into second place as they start to close up. And indeed, as we see them go up the back straight, there's problems for John Hiscock. Indeed, that outfit didn't sound very healthy at all when it come past us, but we look to see at the front Rustling and Paul Urich in tremendous form. They were walking this circuit last night, just working out exactly where the fast circuits were. It looks as if they've got it absolutely right. Neville Penfold and Paul Randall trying desperately hard to close the gap, but there's quite a gap already opened up. Alun and John Blewitt back in third place. Craig Cheetham is holding fourth at the moment, just in front of Ivor Matthews. But as we see that last lap flag go, a chance to watch the expertise of Rustling and Paul Urich. Oh, we're surprised to see this sort of deficit in this standard of racing, but it just shows you the power and the determination of Rustling and Paul Urich. As the checker flag is raised, that'll do the Inga supporters no harm whatsoever. They'll be pleased to see a win first time out for Rustling and Paul Urich. Neville Penfold and Paul Randall a good second spot. Alun and John Blewitt hold third, Craig Cheetham in fourth, and Ivor Matthews in fifth. Well, indeed, a lot of you might be seeing that John Hiscock is attempting to push the bike over, but the marshal's on that top corner. If you can just inform John that the lap scorers have updated me on the fact that he hadn't even completed one lap when he was racing. To get in the results, he must complete 3 laps, so we haven't really got in 2 minutes time for him to push round 3 times. If you can just quickly explain to John. I've also now been told that you can't take the checker flag more than once, so the rule's being thrown at me, and the checker flag has gone, so it's a very brave effort, but I'm afraid that John Hiscock is not going to get into the results, even though he's frantically pushing the bike now. The marshals are over there, if you can hear me, if you could let John know. I'll indeed give you the official result of race 7, a win for outfit number 6, that's Rustling and Paul Urich. In second place, outfit number 2, that of course was Neville Penfold and Paul Randall. In third place, outfit number 3, Alun and John Blewitt. Fourth place, outfit number 11, Craig Cheetham and passenger Gary Lane. In fifth place, number 15, Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowles. The winning time, 1:23.67, 1:23.67 the time, and the finishing numbers again, 6, 2, 3, 11 and 15. Well, it was all over rather quickly, wasn't it?
Number 4 is Peter Lloyd, 5 is Trevor Banks, 8 Vince Kinchin, 9 Andy Smith, 10 is Tony Atkin, 86 is Paul Hurry, and 244 is Ben Howe. So that's the lineup then for heat number 5 of the solos, which is race 8. Would like to thank all of the sponsors who have helped again to put on the meeting this afternoon, and if you can help them in any way by buying products or services, then mention the fact that you support, you're glad that they support Grasstrack Racing, and that in turn you are supporting them, and I can assure you that really does help. So I wonder who's going to get the start here down to the first corner first. So important, of course, in any form of motorsport. If you can get to the front, that much easier. Choose your own line, and you don't have to put up with all the muck that's flying behind you. So let's see who can get the start here. Mark Loram really revving it on. He's done it too. He's got the inside, and he's away there. Both closely followed by Trevor Banks. Andy Smith, number 9, is well up there as well, but it's Mark Loram again. And he really has got the bit between his teeth, and he's going for it here this afternoon. Mark Loram in front, followed by Andy Smith. Then comes Trevor Banks and Peter Lloyd, and Vince Kinchin's up there as well, in with the orange point of this there. point you possibly can. That's the object of the exercise, and Mark Loram will be very happy meeting. I've noticed we've had a rider fall there, but everyone's managed to avoid him. It was Vince Kinchin, in fact, but he's back up on his bike again. He's okay. As Mark Loram making the best of his way home, Andy Smith in the second place on first outing. Then comes Trevor Banks, who was third in his first outing. So we've got a bit of deja vu here for the first three. Then comes Paul Hurry and Peter Lloyd. Coming round now. To go to flag, and then I think the checker flag will be ready. It does. The great Mark Loram has pulled the celebration wheelie. Andy Smith there in second. Third is Trevor Banks, then comes Paul Hurry, then Peter Lloyd. Then going through is Tony Atkin, then comes Ben Howe, and Vince Kinchin just coming round now to complete his 4 laps. Fifth is number 4, Peter Lloyd. Sixth, number 10, Tony Atkin. Seventh, number 244, Ben Howe. And eighth, number 8, Vince Kinchin. The result in number order: 1, 9, 5, 86, 4, 10, 244, and 8. The winning time: 1:22.70. Riders coming out for race number 9, and they are number 6, Jeremy Doncaster. He was a winner first time out. Then comes Richard Mussen, number 12. 14 is Ricky Sandford. 29, Paul Mitchell. 71 is Gary Lobb. 72, Kevin Teager. 171 is Colin White. Stuart Williams, number 203, doesn't take his place in the lineup. Number 18, Phil Ashcroft, takes the rides off Stuart Williams. That will also happen throughout the afternoon. Number 18, Phil Ashcroft, in place of number 203, Stuart Williams. Could Tim Lessey please come across to the announcer's caravan, please? Tim Lessey, please, to the announcer's caravan. Thank you. So riders coming round into line here for race 6. Can Jeremy Doncaster get a second win then under his belt? Mark Loram's managed to do it. Just getting the starting positions confirmed. There, of course, are the figures in brackets. Look across. Start marshal just bringing somebody forward. Want someone a bit closer to the tapes. The tapes are now up. Good even break. Jeremy Doncaster's going to make it first. He's in front. So round the outside, Gary Lobb, number 71, trying to go round the outside on him. Just gone a little wide. Jeremy Doncaster in front. Gary Lobb in second. Those are the first two at the moment. So Jeremy trying to make it 2 wins on the trot for him. Gary Lobb trying to do something about it in second. Then comes number 18, which is Phil Ashcroft. Phil really making the most of the opportunity that's been afforded him, and he's really up there battling away. And good tussle going on for third, and it looks very much as if Colin White has got through. He has. Colin White through into third, Phil Ashcroft in fourth. Then comes Ricky Sandford. But still Jeremy Doncaster leads. And the back straight on a fairly good can't afford it to get to the front though. Although Gary Lobb there just having a little bit of problem as he came round the bend. Colin White though beginning to make some progress in third. He's picked up some drive from somewhere as Colin, because he's absolutely motoring. Was in fourth, got himself up to third, and really beginning to set sail. But they're going to be a bit late, I think, as they come around the top third. Jeremy Doncaster's going to get the second flag, 10 more points for him. Then comes Gary Lobb, good ride from him. Colin White in third, Phil Ashcroft's in fourth. Then comes Ricky Sandford, he was followed by Richard Mussen. Then comes Paul Mitchell, and across the line was number 72, Kevin Teager. The result then of race number 9, it was a win for number 6, Jeremy Doncaster, in a winning time of 1:26.10. Second was number 71, Gary Lobb, and third number 171, Colin White. Fourth was number 18, fifth number 14, sixth number 12, seventh number 29, and eighth number 72. The result in number order: 6, 71, 171, 18, 14, 12, 29, and 72. The winning time 1:26.10. Going to the track, the riders for race 10, and they are number 13, Rob Fortune. He had that very unfortunate fall in his first outing, but okay, to take his second ride. Then comes number 15, Alun Rossiter. 16 is Dean Garton. 17 is Joe Screen. He was a winner first time out. 31, Graham Jones. 55, Paul Fry. 69 is Thierry Hilaire. And 172 is Colin Earl. Graham Jones, number 31, he had a good second place in his first ride, as did, looking at the wrong heat, beg your pardon, yes, Graham Jones was second there. Thierry Hilaire was third, so they'll both be looking to get on the winner's rostrum. Joe Screen be doing all he can tonight. Can we have 3 riders, I wonder, with 2 wins apiece after this race? Joe coming off of gate 4, look out for him. Number 17. Thierry Hilaire's well up there, as is Graham Jones. Graham Jones has made the start here, and he's done well. He got a good start as well in his first outing, but something I'm sure as he sets sail after Graham Jones. He's trying to get through on the inside. He's moved Graham Jones over as he's done it. Joe Screen's through. Joe Screen in the lead. Graham Jones is in second. Paul Fry's in third. Then comes Thierry Hilaire. Those the first 4. But Joe Screen, my goodness me, he certainly showed some determination there to find a way past Graham Jones. Pulls a wheelie as he runs it into the corner. Spectacular stuff from Joe Screen. Graham Jones is in second. And Graham Jones is pulled out. Graham Jones is pulled out. And Paul Fry. Get it going, a momentary problem there. Joe Screen still leads it, starts his last lap. Paul Fry's in second. Graham Jones is now in third, but that would have encouraged Thierry Hilaire in fourth. Colin Earl is there in fifth. I don't know what happened there before Graham Jones, but he certainly had a momentary problem. A popular place. Joe Screen is going to come round. We do have a third rider with 2 wins. It's Joe Screen. Paul Fry's in second. Graham Jones gets third. Thierry Hilaire is in fourth. Then comes Colin Earl. Then comes Alun Rossiter. And they appear to be the only finishers in race 10. The result then of race 10, it was won by number 17, Joe Screen, in a winning time of 1:24.87. Second was number 55, Paul Fry, and third number 31, Graham Jones. Fourth was number 69, fifth number 172, sixth number 15. Only 6 finishers then in race 10. The result in number order: 17, 55, 31, 69, 172 and 15. The winning time 1:24.87. And we understand there are some people who've climbed up the scaffolding on the far side. Please, would you come down from the scaffolding? It is very dangerous. You could fall, and we don't want any injuries. Thank you very much. That's very good of you. And so there will be a lot of friendly rivalry between Steve and Marvyn, and if you want to see them on the same side, then Poole Stadium is the place to be on Wednesday night, when Eastbourne will be the visitors for a home fire league match, and that one will start at 7:30. So try and get down to the stadium. If you're on holiday, I can assure you of a good night out, some good racing. Poole versus Eastbourne. And as you can see, as the draw would have it, Marlon Cox lines up on the inside with Steve Schofield right next to him, so they'll be able to keep an eye on one another, although there's plenty of other riders indeed that you're going to have to watch out for here in race 11. Steve Schofield bidding to make it 2 wins on the trot for him, and then we would be in that position with all 4 riders having 1, 2 apiece, and that's really going to set things up for the 3rd and 4th leg. But a lot of riders in there who could spoil that happening. Just coming round now to the final position at the tape. Starting marshal's happy. Up goes the tape. Who's going to get the start on it? Steve Schofield's done it. He's away clear. Marvyn Cox is there in second, and Peter Carr on the outside. Peter Carr is going to get a good run on the outside, and he's through in the second. Carr and Marvyn Cox, those are the first 3. So Steve's very determined indeed that he's going to get that second win. Peter Carr's in second, Marvyn Cox in third, and Marvyn Cox in trouble. Marvyn Cox is out. Marvyn Cox is out. There's a problem there. That's really a big disappointment. I can tell tell you. But Steve Schofield leads the way, looks over his shoulder. He'll see Peter Lloyd behind him. He looks, and we'll see that Marlon Cox is not there, through into third. Has come Clayton Williams. And a good battle going on there between Clayton and Will James. Steve Schofield in front, coming round now to start his last lap. Peter Lloyd, I beg your pardon, Peter Carr is in second. Then comes Clayton Williams ahead of Will James, and he's followed by Jonathan Sims. Schofield here as he comes around the top curve. He's going to be a second flag to see. 10 more points there as the horns sound. Then comes Peter Carr. Then Clayton Williams, then Will James. Then comes Jonathan Sims and Steve Wilson and Duncan Tolhurst. The result then of race number 11, it's been won by number 3 Steve Schofield in a winning time of 1:23.88. Second was number 22 Peter Carr, and third number 7 Clayton Williams. Fourth was number 46, fifth number 135, sixth number 215, seventh number 74. The result in number order 3, 22, 7, 46, 135, 215 and 74. The winning time 1:23.88.
The winners, Gary Jackson, Roger Measor and Rustling, all get separate heats. Interesting that has happened, but I don't know what sort of difference that's going to make to the riders. They know they're not meeting people that have met before. We will of course see one of those first leg winners in heat 4. That's race 12 in your programme. Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams, of course, they line up in grid 2. Rob Cameron and Smurf Smith on the outside in grid 6. They'll be anxious to get some good points this time. Ken Lane and Mark Edwards, their outfit number 7, they had a second first time out. They're on grid 4. On grid 5, right next to them is number 92, Richard Piggott, and passenger Martin Bailey. They also had a second first time out. The other riders that joined them on the grid in grid 1 are John Hiscock and Tony Bamister. They'd lost a chain in the first one, so some quick repairs have been going on, obviously, in the pits. They'll be anxious to score well in this one. Done so very well to get through in the qualifier. Started off with a disastrous day down at the qualifier at Tunbridge, and then came back through and got enough points to get himself into 5th qualifying position. We're missing one of our riders. I couldn't quite see who it was. It looks like it was Rob Cameron that we were missing. He'll be lining up right on that far outside. Steve's already mentioned to you, I'm sure most of you have sussed it by now, but those grid positions are in the brackets to the end of their names. Working from the inside then, as you can see, John Hiscock in grid 1, right on the inside. Watch to see them break as we start the second leg of the sidecars. It looks like Ken Lane has made the best of that start. Richard Piggott goes after him, but the very quick Gary Jackson is right up there as well. So Ken Lane, who was second first time out, is right there, but Gary Jackson trying to come through, goes very, very wide on the exit of the bend. Richard Piggott has taken the inside line, and Richard Piggott follows Ken Lane into that bottom bend with Gary Jackson right on his outside. Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams it is that have gone wide, but they're very, very quick. Right out in the loose there, and Richard Piggott now comes through, and he's got his wheels in line very quickly down that back straight, gets the power on and drives into this top bend, still looking to go after Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. We know from the practice times that Ken Lane and Mark Edwards were very, very quick. Richard Piggott must know that as well. He's tucked in behind Ken Lane. This is where Richard Piggott looks very, very quick. He gets his wheels straight very quickly, digs the power in and powers up that back straight. Ken Lane tends to go a little bit wider, makes it a bit more of a circle, just keeps the power wound on. You see we've lost Richard Piggott on that top bend, but Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams go through now into second place as we enter the last lap. And we watch him go up that back straight, still no problem for Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. And indeed they come round off this top bend. The riders have been pulled to a halt, obviously in the interest of safety. Martin Bailey still on the track at the top of the field. But 3 laps have been completed. I'm not going to preempt the result, but I dare say that that result will possibly stand as they went across the line after the 3rd lap. So pleased to see that Martin Bailey's up on his feet. Richard Piggott now making his way over there to see how Martin is, but not quite sure what happened to Richard's bike, but we're having indications that the car for the course is agreeing the result will stand on 3 laps. So as Richard Piggott now in fact completes his 3rd lap, he will of course be included in the results. So the full result of race 12 in your programme, and as you can see it looks as if they're even going to attempt to start the machine between them. Pleased to see that they're both okay, and indeed machinery is, so they make their way back to the pits. The official result of race 12, a win for outfit number 7, that's Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. In 2nd place, number 23, Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams. 3rd place, number 1, Rob Cameron and Smurf Smith. 4th place, number 14, that of course is Paul Penfold and Peter Jones. 5th place, 184, John Hiscock, Tony Bemister, and picking up that 6th place there, number 92, Richard Piggott and passenger Martin Bailey. No winning time of course, the result taken after 3 laps. The numbers again, 7, 23, 1, 14, 184 and 92. So race 13 we move into, it's heat 5 of the sidecar competition, and coming to the line Neville Penfold and Paul Randall. They had a 2nd place first time out. Our winner that goes in this one from the first rounds was of course Roger Measor and passenger Shane Lapham. They line up in this one from grid 3. We watch to see them break. We're looking for Steve Jewison, who had that disastrous first ride when he lost his chain, but it is Roger Measor that gets to the front as they go into the first bend. Neville Penfold goes after him in 2nd place, gets close to him coming out of the bend. Again, you'll see the tactics of Roger Measor trying to slow the rest of the outfits up in the middle of the bend, but he powers it out of the back of the bend, and Neville Penfold has got himself right up into 2nd place. Steve Jewison is up there in 3rd spot at the moment. Martin Baker is there in 4th, and you might have noticed that we've only got 5 outfits out. We're missing Alun and John Blewitt, so obviously problems for them in the pits, but no problems at the moment for Roger Measor and new passenger for today, Shane Lapham. Neville Penfold still there in 2nd, but he must be anxious now that he's got Steve Jewison right up behind him. Steve Jewison and Keith Wall obviously anxious to make up for that disastrous first ride. Closing all the time on Neville Penfold. It's very, very quick out there this afternoon. 1 more lap to go for Roger Measor in his 2nd ride. He'll be aware, of course, that Gary Jackson, who had a win first time out, has indeed not got a very good result. Hasn't equalled his 2nd ride with a win, so it is Roger Measor that's coming to take the checker flag, the first of the dual winners this afternoon. And there's problems again for Steve Jewison as we watch Neville Penfold go over the line in 2nd. Elevated up in the 3rd is Martin Baker and Shane Can. And as you can see, Steve Jewison has got problems yet again, and indeed pushes that bike over the line, but this time he will feature in the results. Alun and John Blewitt, who we lost very much earlier on in the race, they also are trying to push over the line, but of course, as indeed we had earlier on this afternoon, not enough race distance completed, I'm being told. They won't feature in the results. Heat 5 then of the sidecars, race 13 in your programme. A win, his 2nd of the afternoon for Roger Measor and passenger Shane Lapham. Number 51 it is that goes in 1st place. In 2nd place, number 2, Neville Penfold and Paul Randall. 3rd place, number 9, that of course is Martin Baker and Shane Can. 4th place, number 11, Craig Cheetham and Gary Lane. 5th place, number 4, Steve Jewison and new passenger for this afternoon, Keith Wall. No 6th finisher, the winning time 1:23.36, 51, 2, 9, 11 and 4, 1:23.36. Outfit number 6. We've seen the other Heat 1 winners. We now see Russelling and Paul Urich. They come out and line up right on the far outside. It numbers from the inside as we're looking at it. Right, out there with them we've also got Gary Moon, Steve Robbins, They of course had a third first time out, so we'll be looking to improve on that one. Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowles on borrowed machinery of course this afternoon, who'll be looking to improve. Rob Wilson and Vince Jones, they also had a third first time out, so we'll be looking to improve as well. Mark Wells anxious to get some scoring. So we watch to see what happens. Rustling and Paul Urich, I'm sure they're aware that Roger Measor has got himself on 2 wins from 2 rides. They'll be looking to equal that as they go in race 14. Starter moves away, the tapes go on, we watch them break. You can see on the outside that Rustling hasn't made too good a start. He's got a lot of work to do in this first bend. If you watch Rob Wilson and Vince Jones fly into that first corner. Gary Moon has made a much better start this time. Ivor Matthews is up into 3rd place. Mark Wells is up in 4th and Rustling back in 5th place at the moment. So a tremendous racing prospect as Rob Wilson has got Gary Moon now breathing down his back wheel. As you can see, Gary Moon closing all the time on Rob Wilson as it goes, but they put the back wheel in. Fire up that backstay. It looks as if there's problems for Jerry Adams on that far side. As we watch them come round this top corner, well, I was going to say there was problems there for Mark Wells, but he's done exceptionally well to hang on to that machine. The outfit and Mark Wells, the problems, they said that he'd done well to ride here this afternoon. I don't think that little shake-up would have done him any good whatsoever. Deciding just to slow down and get his result by coasting round. But we watch Rob Wilson and Vince Jones still leading from Gary Moon and Steve Robbins, who really have tried everything they could to try and improve on their result. They were desperately getting close to Rob Wilson, but they've now got him back some 3 or 4 bike lengths distance. A lot of people yesterday I was talking to were saying that Rob Wilson is in great form at the moment. Well, this is the sort of form they were talking about. He indeed takes his first win of the afternoon. A great ride from Gary Moon and Steve Robbins in 2nd. Ivor Matthews finishes in 3rd and Rustling and Paul Urich finish in 4th. I said that I thought it was a fabulous achievement for Mark Wells to be riding this afternoon, but you may have noticed as he come round there, it was indeed his left hand that he'd had all those problems with, and he was certainly holding his hand off the bike. That little moment on that top bend, I'm sure wouldn't have done him any good whatsoever, so deciding to coast over and get himself just a few points for finishing back in 4th. And a win for number 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. In 2nd place, number 8, Gary Moon and Steve Robbins. 3rd place, number 15, Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowles. 4th place, outfit number 6, Rustling and Paul Urich. In 5th place, number 55, Jerry Adams and Sean Piggott. In 6th place there, a very brave number 71, Mark Wells and Kevin Jarvis. The winning time, 1:23.62. Race 14, it was 24, 8, 15, 6, 55 and 71. That time again, 1:23.62.
But certainly some very good action there in Heat 15 with Trevor Banks getting an excellent start. Clayton Williams, though, producing a marvellous ride to get round the outside of him and secure the 10 points there. But the big talking point there, unfortunately, was Joe Screen going out there with an engine problem and restricting himself there down to 1 point, which could have a very large bearing on the outcome of the Masters as far as he's concerned. Bitter disappointment for Joe. Everybody seems settled down at the start line. Mark Loram off of gate 4, Jeremy Doncaster off of 8, right on the outside. That's nearest to us, so let's see who gets the start. It's Mark Loram. Mark Loram in front with Steve Wilson up there in 2nd. Mark Loram's Jeremy Doncaster's on the outside trying to find his way through the 2nd. Now he's through the 2nd. I was a bit previous there. Now he's through the 2nd. Mark Loram, I knew I was going to have Mark Loram leading the way. Jeremy Doncaster's in 2nd. Steve Wilson's there in 3rd. Then comes Gary Lobb. Those are the first 4 at the moment, but he does look impressive. Does Mark Loram, the racing champion. He's in trouble there, and just looks as if he's going to have to pull out. Mark Loram in front, Jeremy Doncaster's in 2nd. Then comes Steve Wilson, then Gary Lobb, and then comes Richard Mussen. Those are the leaders at the moment. Mark Loram front. Battle, I think it's going to be the third position. Jeremy Doncaster looks well in stopped in second. But Steve Wilson and Gary Lobb having a real good battle, and Gary Lobb's trying to get round the outside, and he's done it. Gary Lobb round into third, Steve Wilson there in fourth now, as the riders on their last lap. And Mark Loram comes round, a third win of the afternoon. 10 more points for Mark. Jeremy Doncaster in second. Gary Lobb gets third, then Steve Wilson in fourth, and then comes Richard Mussen. And Kevin Teager crosses the line. Those are the only finishers in Heat 16. Result of race 16 was a win for number 1 Mark Loram in a winning time of 1:24.69. Second was number 6 Jeremy Doncaster, and third number 71 Gary Lobb. Fourth was number 215, fifth number 12, and sixth number 72. The result in number order: 1, 6, 71, 215, 12 and 72. The winning time 1:24.69. Would just please ask you about the litter. Do put it into the bags provided, or even better, if you could take it home with you, then that would be greatly appreciated. There's a lot of clearing up to do, as you'll appreciate, at the end of the meeting, and if we don't have to worry about litter, then that's one less thing that has to be done. So please, into the bags provided, or if you can take it home, then so much the better. So I wonder who's going to pick up the 10 much needed points out of race 17. Marlon Cox, after his mechanical problem, is able to take his place here in this one, so he'll be hoping for better fortune. Paul Hurry, he's been thereabouts throughout the course of the afternoon. Will James will be hoping for a bit better fortune, not had the best of luck mechanically. So currently on 13 points though, so a win here would do him an awful lot of good. Let's see who gets the drop. Marlon Cox in the middle, Paul Hurry on the outside, and Tony Atkin in the middle. It looks like the white leathers of Marlon Cox are going to get round the first turn first. Wheel to wheel. Got on the inside is Tony Atkin. Tony Atkin around on the outside. Paul Hurry 86 on the inside. Will James is going through there now into second as well. A lot of good action here in race 17. Marlon Cox leads. Will James, then that's going to be taken again by Paul Hurry. Paul Hurry back into second. Will James now on the outside again, and it's terrific battle here for second place. Will James is on the outside, Paul Hurry's on the inside, and Will James is now taking second place. That was going on for third, but Will James in second, Paul Hurry in third. Coming round with 1 lap to go. Marlon Cox from Will James and Paul Hurry. Then comes Tony Atkin going wide. On the inside of him is Paul Mitchell. Third yet again, Paul Hurry now on the outside of Will James. Look at the wheel to wheel down that back straight. Terrific battle. Will James on the inside, Paul Hurry looking to try and cut back as this. Marlon Cox is going to take the 10 points. Will James wins it. Second, Paul Hurry in third. Good battle there. Just, I think, Tony Atkin got through for fourth. But good stuff indeed. A good battle there. And Will James and Paul Hurry giving us plenty of excitement there in that battle for second. The result of race 17 was a win for number 11 Marvyn Cox in a winning time of 1:25.13. Second was number 46 Will James, and third number 86 Paul Hurry. Fourth was number 10, fifth number 172, sixth number 29, seventh number 135, and eighth number 74. The result in number order: 11, 46, 86, 10, 172, 29, 135 and 74, and that winning time 1:25.13. So that certainly will have helped Marvyn Cox to get back into contention, certainly for as far as this afternoon's semi-finals are concerned. Remembering it's the top 16 who will qualify for the semi-finals as the riders come out for race 18. This is the last of the third leg of the solos. We've got number 3, Steve Schofield. He's on 20 points, unbeaten so far. Number 8 is Vince Kinchin. Then comes number 9, Andy Smith. He's had 2 second places for his 16 points. 13 is Rob Fortune, who's had anything but good fortune so far this afternoon. 22 is Peter Carr. 203 Stuart Williams, a non-starter. 18 Phil Ashcroft takes his place. 171 is Colin White, and 244 is Ben Howe. That's the lineup then for race 18. And can Steve Schofield again get a good start? He's off of grid 4. Look for him in the sort of turquoise leather with matching spoiler disc, and see what sort of start he gets. And he gets a good one. Look at that. He's pulled clear. Andy Smith's on the inside there, number 9. So Steve Schofield leads in. Andy Smith is in second. Chasing hard. After Rob Fortune, in fact, Rob Fortune's in third with Vince Kinchin in fourth. But Steve Schofield leads, looking for his third win of the afternoon. Andy Smith second place. Then we've got Rob Fortune, but Vince Kinchin mounting quite a challenge to try and get past him. Can't do so at the moment. Fairly wide there goes Phil Ashcroft. And Phil Ashcroft having machine problems, looks like he's going to pull out. Still in front, and second. Coming round to start the last lap now. Steve Schofield with a look over his shoulder, sees he's got quite a lead there. Rob Fortune and Vince Kinchin still getting very close indeed for that third place. Then comes Colin White, he's in fifth. Vince Kinchin now right on the back wheel, as he has been for most of the time of Rob Fortune. And Steve Schofield comes round. Steve Schofield gets the 10 points. Andy Smith in second. Vince Kinchin's come out wide. Can he straighten up in time? Oh, desperately close indeed between Vince Kinchin and Rob Fortune. I couldn't split them. I'll leave that to the people who have to do the lap scoring. But certainly no doubt about the winner. That was Steve Schofield from Andy Smith. Won by number 3 Steve Schofield in a winning time of 1:22.82. Second was number 9 Andy Smith, and third right on the line number 8 Vince Kinchin. Fourth was number 13, fifth number 171, sixth number 244, seventh number 22, and eighth number 18. The result in number order: 3, 9, 8, 13, 171, 244, 22 and 18. The winning time 1:22.82. So that will complete the third leg of the solos. We're now coming up to the third leg of the sidecars. I hand you back to Jim Head.
Oh, thanks Steve, and as we go into the third leg of the sidecars, and indeed our winners so far are split once again. We've got not too many of our top winners coming together. Perhaps look at race 20 where Russelling and Roger Measor are joined. And looking at Gary Jackson. If we get loss of transmission, I'm sure that somebody will wave at me and let me know I'm talking for no reason whatsoever, and I'll quickly grab Steve's mic. But other people are saying that they'll enjoy the silence, but I don't mind. I'm here to keep you informed, and that's what I'm going to try and do. So as we look at the 1000cc sidecars, a little bit earlier on I mentioned about those fabulous photographs that we had through the programme. Well, of course, you can see now the advert on the left of this page, on page 14, Alun Whale. He's the supplier of those fabulous photographs, and he's got a stand right over the far side there, just to this side of the pits. There's some great action shots of Grasstrack that he's been taking over the years. If you want a chance, during that interval you can see after race 21, that's well worth a visit. Some tremendous photographs, and indeed some tremendous action shots worth having a look at. But let's concentrate on race 19 because they're already coming to the line. Rob Cameron, Alun Blewitt, Gary Moon, Ivor Matthews, Gary Jackson and John Hiscock. Well, Gary Jackson of course is where all the eyes I think are going to be, but he's on that outside grid where I don't think I've seen anybody make a good start from. Perhaps that's where all the green grass is. Of course, there's always a lot of discussion about the distance when you've got to start like this. If you're on the outside, you've got a long, long way to go before you hit the racing surface. Well, I'm sure that you'll make more of that than I've just mentioned, but as we watch it go, John Hiscock pulling the machine in the air, it looks to be okay, but it's Gary Moon that's made a tremendous start from the middle. As I was saying, Gary Jackson's not making the best of the starts from that outside grid, but he's got himself up in the second place. Gary Moon and Steve Robinson have got away, they've gone very wide. Ivor Matthews trying to get through on the inside of them. Gary Jackson right on the outside of Ivor Matthews. Rob Cameron is tucked up behind Ivor Matthews in fourth place at the moment, but the action seems to be for that second place as Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams move through just in front of Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowles. So Gary Moon and Steve Robbins sitting on good point scoring at the moment. They've had a third and a second place, so they'll be looking to get themselves right at the top of the point scoring. There's a lot of people thought that they might not do too well on these grass track circuits here at Wimborne and at North Branch, but they're hoping to prove everybody wrong and going well at the moment. Gary looks over his shoulder. He sees that Gary Jackson is very, very close to him. Gary Jackson pushing very hard. He really is having a great day this afternoon, Gary Jackson. Ivor Matthews still there in third, Rob Cameron fourth, Alun and John Blewitt back in fifth, and it looks as if there's still problems for John Hiscock at the back of the field. But watch what's happening at the front, because I feel sure that Gary Jackson is going to have a go at Gary Moon on this last bend. He's gone all the way around the outside. It's a long, long way to go. It's a very brave attempt. He's been forced wide. Gary Moon just hangs onto it. What a brave effort from Gary Jackson. Tremendous riding from Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams. And if there was one more lap, well, I think he would have done it, wouldn't he? But it was Gary Moon that hang on and indeed gets a win. His first of the afternoon. Oh, the sidecar competition really starting to hot up now. Heat 7 of the sidecar competition and the first win of the afternoon for the Australian Gary Moon and Steve Robbins. In second place, outfit number 23, who's still doing very, very well in his point scoring tally. Number 23 is of course Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams. Third place, number 15, Ivor Matthews and Mike Dowles. Fourth place, number 1, Rob Cameron, Smurf Smith, and in fifth place, number 3, Alun and John Blewitt. Sixth place finisher there, number 184, John Hiscock and Tony Bemister. The winning time, 1:23.62. 8:23.15, 1:3.184, and the winning time, 1:23.62. We move on to race 20, and indeed the word from the pits was that so better on this one. I was interested to see whether Mark Wells will be coming out. I can strain the eyes and see that he is indeed on the start line. Very, very brave competitor as we look to see who is on grid 1. That's Paul Penfold and Peter Jones. All outfits are to the line, so we'll be seeing them start in very few moments. Steve Jurson not exactly on his machine at the moment, so obviously a bit of concern still. Now he starts to come into line. Roger Measor had waited for Steve Jurson to come into line. Now all six are in line. The tape's flying. It is Roger Measor on that outside grid, so he's going to see if he can make a better start. But rustling looks to have got the better line. Roger Measor from that outside grid, which I was saying was perhaps the slower of the starting position. Roger Measor proving everybody wrong and come out of that outside grid to get in front. And rustling goes after him. Steve Jurson up in the third, Paul Penfold is fourth at the moment, but I think all eyes are going to be on those front two. Can rustling stop the challenge of Roger Measor and Shane Lapham? 2 wins already this afternoon and already sitting at the front in their third ride. Rustling going after him, using all his experience to try and trick Roger Measor into a bit of a mistake, allow the room for rustling to move through. So it's an interesting thing to watch the tactics of the rider behind. He's got a chance of going faster, but on a rider line, he's got nobody close to him. Steve Jurson is back in third, so there's no risk of anybody tucking under the gaps, but rustling deciding just to follow the racing line of Roger Measor at the moment. He gets much, much tighter coming out of this top bend. That might be where the challenge is going to come from as the race develops, but the very experienced Roger Measor doing well at the moment to hang on and stay in front of rustling. A great scrap going on for that 4th, 5th and 6th place. Mark Wells certainly doesn't seem to be any less damage from all his problems he's had, and indeed he's fighting every inch of the way with Paul Penfold. But as the checkered flag goes, that's number 3 win of the afternoon for Roger Measor. Rustling gets second. Paul Penfold does get that 4th place. It was Steve Jewison there in 3rd, and Mark Wells going very, very wide, but I think he did hang on to that 5th place. Race 20 for outfit number 51, it's Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. In 2nd place, outfit number 6, Rustling and Paul Urich. 3rd place, outfit number 4, Steve Jewison and Keith Wall. 4th place, number 14, Paul Penfold and Peter Jones. 5th place there, number 71, Mark Wells and Kevin Jarvis. And 6th place, number 11, Craig Cheetham and Gary Lane. I said it was a quick time, 1:22.81, the fastest for the sidecars so far this afternoon. Race 20 then, 51, 6, 4, 14, 71 and 11, 1:22.81. Grid 3, Rob Wilson, he had a 3rd first time out, but he had a win in his 2nd ride. Ken Lane, 2nd first time out, he had a win in his 2nd ride. Neville Penfold, 2 2nd places. Richard Piggott, well, he was 2nd, he then had that disaster in his 2nd ride, so he finished with a 6th place. So 4 outfits that are doing very well in the competition so far will be looking to capitalise on this race. Not only does it improve your point scoring, but all the time you're taking points off the people that are close to you. A lot of anxious drivers, I'm sure, on the start line for this one. Rob Wilson has got that grid 3, which I think is going to be a quick one. Ken Lane is on grid 6, so he's now seen Roger Measor make a good start from that, so I'm sure he'll be pleased to have seen that. Martin Baker in grid 5, we've seen him have some good starts this afternoon. All 6 of them are to the line. We see them come to the start line now. Any moment now the tapes will go. Away they go. And Ken Lane has indeed made a good start on the outside, but he seems to have lost it at the gear change. Neville Penfold has made the best of the starts, and it is Neville Penfold and Paul Randall that get into that first bend. Ken Lane has gone after them and goes round the outside. It's a long, long way to go. My apologies. And of course it's Martin Baker that's gone round the outside. Oh, Richard Piggott it is that dived through on the inside, and Ken Lane now is whacking his way through the inside of Martin Baker. So Ken Lane up in the 3rd place, Richard Piggott in 2nd, going after Neville Penfold and Paul Randall. Their first season together, and indeed as they come round that top end, they look very, very competent. Their experience of the Wimborne circuits, of course, helped by the fact that they won the Sidecar Spectacular down here earlier on in the season. Where is Rob Wilson? Looking for Rob Wilson after winning his 2nd ride. He's right at the back of the field, and indeed struggling to get round Jerry Adams at the back of the field, but all action is right at the front. Richard Piggott closing all the time on Neville Penfold into that top end. Richard Piggott holds it very, very tight, and Neville Penfold is going to lose out on the exit of the bend. Richard Piggott dives through on the inside. A brilliant top corner from Richard Piggott. Martin Bailey working exceptionally hard on that top corner. They've got all the drive they wanted. They held it tight, and Neville Penfold now has got problems from Ken Lane. Paul Randall looking over his shoulder to see just how close Ken Lane is as they go into that top end. Neville Penfold holding it tight, making sure that Ken can't come through on the inside. As they come to the line, it's going to be 2nd for Neville Penfold, but a good win for Richard Piggott and Martin Bailey. Well, a great sidecar race to finish the racing we've seen in the first half of the meeting. A brilliant ride that from Neville Penfold from the start line, but what about Richard Piggott? They said he might be able to hang on to the Masters title. He's certainly making every effort. The official result of race 21, a great win for number 92, that's Richard Piggott and Martin. In 2nd place, the early leader, Neville Penfold and Paul Randall, their 3rd, 2nd of the afternoon, number 2. In 3rd place, number 7, Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. 4th place, 55, Jerry Adams, Sean Pittock. 5th place, number 9, Martin Baker and Shane Cann. 6th place, number 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. The winning time, 1:24.73, 92, 2, 7, 55, 9, 24, and the winning time, 1:24.